I was 10 doing the show. And it was about 30 minutes before showtime, and all the sound checks and light checks were done. The doors had just opened. Excuse me. And I was in the backstage dressing room reading a book, which is my habit in backstage dressing rooms. I just minded my own business when all of a sudden the door to this room explodes open and in literally swept this old black woman pushing a broom. And I could tell by the broom that she pushed and the uniform that she was wearing that she was a janitor. I'm a custodial engineer in this joint. And she was as surprised to see me in that room as I was her. And after a second or two of fumbling, she apologized profusely. She said, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know anyone was going to be in this room. It's just on my list of rooms I'm supposed to clean tonight. I'll come back later when you're done." But before she could turn to leave, I said, "Hold on a second. You know, I'm not going to be done with this room for 2 or 3 more hours. And it seems silly for you to have to wait all this time just to clean one room, especially a room I'm not going to make any kind of a big mess in. So why don't you just, I'll tell you what, I'll take a walk, and you can clean the room while I'm gone, and then you'll be done, you can go home." She said, "Well, if you feel that way about it, you don't even have to leave. Just put your feet up on the counter there. I'll sweep around here." And I did. And then she did. And all the time she's cleaning up that room, she's checking me out in the mirrors that all line the walls of that room. When she's finally done, she starts to go out the door, but then she stops in the doorway, wheels around, points a crooked finger at me. She says, "You know, I know who you are. Your face is plastered all over this town. You're the guy who's going to sing here tonight, aren't you?" And I said, "Yep, that's me." And she kind of relaxed, and she leaned one shoulder against the door jamb and said, "So, what do you do?" And I said, "Well, let me see, I play a lot of different instruments." She said, "Mm-hmm. And I sing some of the old songs. Mm-hmm. I mostly sing songs I compose myself. Mm-hmm. And I tell stories." "Really?" she said. "Now that's really interesting, because I do too. Truly, my children tell me I'm pretty good." She shifted to the other shoulder. "So, let's have a story." Now, I could usually figure out some graceful way to beg off an embarrassing request like that. But I looked at her and I figured, she can't come to the show. She's got to work. And besides that, I'm going to go out there in a little bit and I'm going to get all this applause every 3 or 4 minutes for doing the simplest stuff. And this woman, she's going to clean 1 million dressing rooms during her lifetime and never get anything close to a standing ovation. So I figured I could tell her a story. So I did. Told her a story. It was a joke. And when I was done, she said, "That's not too bad. Not too bad. It's a good thing you play all those instruments, though." I said, "Well, okay, if you're so hot, you tell me one." And she did. She didn't hesitate a second. Told me a story right there. It was a joke. And I have to admit, it was better than the one that I told her. But not by a lot. And I believe that was by design. Because I was then, of course, supposed to tell her one that was a little better than the one that she told me. She, of course, was then obliged to tell me one that was a little better than the one that I told her in response, because that's the way it goes, isn't it? You talk, you listen. This is what conversation is about. I mean, I've always figured you're given 2 ears and 1 mouth. And if you use those organs in that basic proportion, you'll be okay. So we're going back and forth 15, 20, 30 minutes. I don't know, until finally somebody stuck their head in the door and said, 2 minutes. In Marlinton, I got to tell you, it was like coming out of a trance. I had no idea how long we'd been there. I didn't remember where I was or what I was there to do. I mean, I had not tuned my instruments. I hadn't changed my clothes. I hadn't done my hairs. And the worst thing of all, it's her turn. So I said, all right, time for one more. Give me your best shot. And for the first time all that evening, she hesitated. And thinking that she didn't understand what I meant, I said, listen, I got to go to work now too. And we have time for one more quick one. And it's your turn. So why don't you tell me your best? No. Tell me your favorite. And she said, boy, my favorite, it ain't no joke. Hasn't got a punchline. Now, this is not the kind of thing that you have to tell a storyteller. Because of course we understand that a punchline is just a gimmick. A good story has no need of one. And then she added, equally unnecessarily, and it's true. And of course, everybody in this room understands that everything a storyteller tells is the truth. I mean, it's not always factual. But come on, friends. We live in a day and an age where we see people obscuring the truth with facts on a daily basis. She was wearing this baseball cap type thing on her head, and I remember she thumbs it back on her brow, and she plops her elbow down on the bald-headed end of that room. And she looked me in the face and she told me her favorite story. And she changed my life. Because when she was done, it was my favorite story. And during the intermission of the concert that night, it became this song. And in these, 27 years now, that this song has been my constant companion. As I have traversed the globe as many times, I have learned in countless ways the story of this song is not only factual, but more importantly, it's true. My name is Francis Tolliver. I come from Liverpool. 2 years ago, the war was waiting for me after school. Belgium and to Flanders, Germany to here. I fought for king and country I loved dear. Each Christmas in the churches where frosts so bitter hung. The frozen fields of France where still no Christmas songs were sung. Our families back in England toasting us that day. Brave and glorious land so far away. Well, I was lying with my messmates on the cold and rocky ground when across the lines of battle came the most peculiar sound. And I now listen up, my boys, each soldier strained to hear, as one young German voice sang out so clear. Seemed bloody well known, my partner says to me. Soon one by one each German voice joined in harmony. The cannons rested silent, the gas clouds rolled no more, as Christmas brought us respite from the war. Well, as soon as they were finished and a reverent pause was spent, God rest ye merry gentlemen, struck up some lads from Kent. Next they sang was Stille Nacht, to silent nights as I, in two tongues, one song filled up that sky. There's someone coming towards us, the front line of century crime. All sights were fixed on one lone figure, trudging from their side. His truce flag light, the Christmas star, shone on that flame so bright, as he bravely strode on into the night. So one by one on either side walked into no man's land. Neither gun nor bayonet met their hand to hand. We shared some secret brand, and we wished each other well. And in a flare-lit soccer game, we gave in hell. We traded chocolates, cigarettes, and photographs from home. These sons and fathers far away from families of their own. Young Sanders played a squeeze box. They had a violin. This curious and unlikely man met. Soon daylight stole upon us. France was friends once more. With sad farewells we each began to settle back to war. The question haunted every heart beat that wondrous night. Whose family have I fixed within my sights? Christmas in the trenches where the frosts of winter home. The frozen field, the friends were warmed, and songs of peace were sung. The walls they kept between us to exact the work of war had been crumbled and gone forevermore. Oh, the name is Francis Tolliver, Liverpool I dwell. Each Christmas comes as World War I. I've learned its lesson as well. But the ones who call the shots won't be among the dead and lame, and on each end of the rifle, we're the same.